I love me.
Let's just get into it, man. Like launch day
Next gen
struggles,
is here,
man.
guys.
So
Oh my gosh,
the
dude.
10th and the 12th.
Oh my gosh. We'll start with the 10th, right?
Yeah, so the 10th for me, I'll just go first. Like the 10th for me was horrible, but it wasn't like a crazy attempt. You know what I mean? I knew that the day was coming. The Xbox Series X is something that I want, but it's not my first console of choice. You know, we already gave you our choice, and we already said that the PS5 was the console that we wanted day one, with Demon Souls for me and Mark, and then Ray was Godfall. But I did want to get a Series X so that I could do an unboxing. And then I could have that upgraded version and finally have my own Xbox.
Yeah, and
because
you're going from
that's just getting borrowed right
and
now,
you're using
the
a
one I'm
1X. I mean,
I'm using a 1.
A 1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so that'd been like a huge.
that power difference is
Yeah,
gonna
it
get
would have
crazy
been like
jump.
huge. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had a Connect, and they had told me
A connection.
Yeah, Connect.
Okay.
A connection.
Okay.
For
I was
for
thinking
the
Connect,
console.
like, because we were just talking about the one.
not
So
not
I was
the
thinking
camera.
about the one, the
Oh.
Connect. I was like, you had a Connect? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I had a connection that was able to sit me a side one. So I have this issue, and you guys can roast me in the comments all you want, but I like to get the most that I can for my money. Like,
Nothing wrong with that.
if at times I see like a great deal, I may be willing to just throw that aside or whatever. But I guess my assumptions were different, so I decided anyways. My Connect told me, "Hey, I got an Xbox Series X for you. It's available here. I'm gonna put it aside. I could buy it right now, but you just got to give me the money up front, and then I'll just purchase it." So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, the price, I want to put it on my account so that I can get the points. It was GameStop. So I wanted to be able to get all of those points for spending all of this money on this console.
Sure.
So that way I can take those points and flip that and turn it, into the coupon or something like that, some money off or whatever. So I was like, okay, well, are you able to put it on my account when you purchase it or whatever, so that I'm like technically purchasing it, but I'm not there. I'll pick it up, whatever. They weren't able to, but they were kind of like, as long as you just come by the end of the day, like certain time or whatever, I'll still have it for you. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll just purchase it then. You know what I mean? So just put it on the side. I won't give you the money. Just put it on the side. I'm gonna just come and get it. So I was planning on leaving work an hour earlier than when I was originally gonna leave work, just so that I could get there and then be able to purchase it. So
But you could have purchased it already.
they could have purchased it
And
for
like you
me.
Venmo them or whatever, right?
Yeah,
Just
and
saying,
I would have
yeah.
just Venmoed them the money. So
But you needed those points, huh?
I wanted the points.
See, like the thing
So I
is,
want
like I
points.
think that mindset is like perfect. Like there's nothing wrong with that. But when something's like this scarce,
You gotta
you
just
got to
jump
throw
on
that
it.
out of your mind and just get what you can get,
Yeah.
right? Because I mean,
And
I
I'm-
kind of made that same mistake too, and I'll explain that later.
Yeah, so
Anyways.
I guess like I just keep shooting myself in the foot.
Right,
So
with that mindset,
I
yeah.
did this to myself, but it is what it is at that point. So anyways, within like an hour period, I'm like counting down the time. I'm like, okay, boom, I'm about to dip at 3. Boom, beeline it over there because it's really far out of my way, but I'm gonna make it over there and then get it, and then I'll head home. I got it. You know what I mean? So I'm chilling. Then all of a sudden, my wife calls me up, and she tells me, "Hey, so and so called, said the console's been sold." I'm like, "What? Damn,
Dang, they
man."
got you.
So
It
I
sucks
guess
so
an
much.
employee that worked there
I would've
at the
been so
GameStop
fast, man.
saw that there was one in the system, so
They have to
they
sell
made
it,
their way
right?
to purchasing it and scooped it from under me. So that was
An
that.
employee took it,
Yeah, an employee got
of course.
that.
The employees
So-
are getting every single one of them, right?
So
Yep.
so that was my
10th.
Tuesday of the 10th. So I just didn't get it. I didn't even really attempt to try anywhere else because, like I said, it was just one of those things. Like when I talked to them 2 days before, they had expressed that they were probably going to be more likely to have a couple on the side. So I was like, oh, okay, so maybe it's really not like that sought after. You know what I mean? Maybe they'll just be available. You know what I mean? So I'll just grab one just to grab one. You know, so that was that. And then my Thursday.
Yeah, well, let's hold off on Thursday.
Okay,
man.
all right. So
I'll explain
you
my
guys,
10th
Mark,
story. Go,
ahead and
Mark.
give
All
us
right,
your
so my
10th.
10th was I very, very casually
Yeah.
browsed a couple stores,
Mhm.
like 7:30 in the morning when I got up, right before I started work. But I thought hard that day. I said, do I actually want to pull the trigger to have one? Do I want to pull the trigger to resell one? And I came to the conclusion, because I want a PS5 so bad, I would rather me put that 500 into upgrading my PC than buying an Xbox Series X and then having a PS5, because there's no exclusives like Fable yet.
Yeah. The only reason.
I don't really need it because I can play a lot of Game Pass games on my PC and my Xbox One X. So I'm like, I don't need it yet.
I get that logic.
So I
Because
did.
if you already have a good solid, PC, and all you have to do is upgrade like 2 or 3 parts, that 500 would go a long way.
Yeah,
To
absolutely.
just spend like almost 4 on a graphics card, and then
Yep.
maybe
'Cause-
something else on some RAM or something like that.
Yep. Like Godly's saying, I could buy a graphics card with ray tracing. So, that has, 13 teraflops. So I could get a pretty good GPU for less than 500. So because I can't believe I'm saying this, but because, I want a PlayStation 5 so bad, before I didn't think I would feel like this, but because I want one,
It's tainted you.
because I want one so bad, I was like, you know what? I'll just be casual. If one comes my way, maybe. I didn't want to get an S. I do want to get an S one day just to have like an extra spare room.
Right.
But for now, I'm just kind of like, chilling on the side, eating popcorn and watching all the crazy people go mad over Xboxes. So that's kind of how my, 10th
Okay.
went. It was pretty relaxing.
Pretty relaxed. You contemplated, you thought it through, and you,
I thought it through and I was like,
yeah.
I'm going to save my money for the
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Yeah, I was not hyped about the 10th either. A little bit of the fever though got to me. There's something about wanting to just get something that's so hot. Like whether or not you even want it or not, right? Like there's
Yeah.
just something about wanting to be a part of it and seeing if you can get one, right? And if I really had wanted one, I think I absolutely 100% actually could have got one had I tried on Monday night. I didn't even think about it. My mind was just on, Walmart starts at 9 the next morning. I'll just try.
Okay.
Like that's where my mind was at. I was a little bit casual, like Mark. Like I'll just try, because my hopes and heart is on the PS5, and my story will probably explain that too. How much harder I tried for a PS5, but I was a little regretful for not having tried Monday night, because I think I could have easily have gotten one. I think all of us probably could have easily have gotten one. Like the fever was not as high for the Xbox, not even as close.
That's the PS5.
Like not even as close.
But stuff is not available. Which I
Yeah,
wouldn't
they still
understand.
got sold out. But what I was learning, because there's this guy on YouTube named Jay Grandel or whatever. You might
Yeah,
have seen
I
he was
follow him.
trending or whatever. He was doing helping everyone get their PlayStation 5. Like that's his mission in life right now. Supposedly, it's all about peace and love and getting everyone the PS5. Because he's
Or
been
it's
shown so
about
much love.
streams and follows.
Yeah.
But we'll go with that.
I know.
We'll
right?
go with
Like,
that. Peace and love.
But I do give him a little bit of credit, because he had like cystic fibrosis or whatever, and so he's ill. He's like a sick person, and he's overcome it all. And so like, okay, you've been through a lot. I'm happy to see you be successful. It's a bunch of the other guys that are like all mooching off, and I get annoyed by it.
Well, I mean,
But-
at the end of the day, they out there on the live streams, telling people the links and stuff like that. They're doing what's already being done on Twitter, but they're just streaming it. So it's
Right.
not really like they're adding anything to it or taking anything
Yeah.
away. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So,
yeah,
but it's,
for sure.
It's cool. It's whatever.
It's cool. It's whatever. It's
Yeah.
something, and it's something fun to listen to while you're just shooting the shiz.
Yeah.
Anyways, he was explaining, because I was on his for the 12th, which we'll talk about later. But he was explaining how this is so much different than what it was for the X. For one, when he streamed Monday night for the X, it was like a sixth amount of the viewers, like a sixth
Damn.
of the
that's a
viewers, of what he had for
Like
the
a couple
PS5.
thousand, that's it?
like around 10, like
Okay.
a little under 10,
Yeah.
where the PS5 was like 6-7
So
times
everybody
that,
in the
dude.
chat was probably hitting them.
And so everyone in the chat was probably hitting, exactly. And he said it lasted for like 4 hours. Like the Target was like open for 4 hours
To get
that
an
night.
X?
Yeah,
Xbox
to
One
get
X?
an X.
Whoa.
Like
Yeah,
there was
that's
this
pretty open.
huge long window that they were all able to, get one. It wasn't like butter. Like it was still a little bit of the
Of
the
nuisance,
struggle.
but he
Yeah,
said
for
it was
sure.
just not the same. And I was like, man, I wish I had actually. It was whatever to me, but I'm like, if I really had wanted one, I
Yeah.
should have just tried Monday night because it would have been so much easier.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I waited until Tuesday morning. My mind was still on Walmart, and I wasn't even that big on it. I was just kind of like, let's just see what happens. I'm kind of curious,
Yeah.
So I logged on, 10 minutes before 9 on my Walmart account. Made sure I had all my ducks in a row, and sure enough, it fired off. I tried getting an X, and it was kind of going through, but it wasn't working very well. I was like, you know what? Let me go back and just see it on the S link. I bet you no one's clicking this S link. Everyone's clicking, the Series X link. So I clicked on the S link, and I kind of got through like with breeze, with like it was
So
smooth
nobody
as
wanted
butter.
the S.
Like there was no glitching, there was no load time issues, there was no site crashing.
Yeah.
The site never crashed at all.
Okay.
Like even for the X, like the site
And that
never
was at Walmart?
crashed. Huh?
That was
And
at Walmart?
at Walmart. Yeah.
Interesting.
And so I just went through and got the S, and paid for it, and they took it out of my account, and I was like, okay, cool, whatever, that's cool, The S is the shizzy console, but it's still a great console for $299.
Oh, yeah.
Like Mark, we've talked about this over and over again.
Yeah.
You can't get a PC for $299 that does what the S does. Like
it's
you
a
just
good deal.
cannot do it.
Right.
It's monetarily impossible. And so it's still a fun system, and I was cool with it because I literally have no desire and have no plans ever in my mind ever to put a
purchase
disc
a game.
into my Xbox.
Same.
Like I literally don't have. Literally, I cannot imagine a situation in which I would, because I'm gonna get the PlayStation 5 disc. Like that's done. No matter what, I'm getting that. And why do I need both of them to have a disc player? Like if there's ever a game that I want to get on disc, I'm just buying it for the PS5. Why would I ever buy it for the Xbox? So I was fine with the Series S just being a Game Pass device. And I was looking forward to having the solid state drive, even though I was going to have a really
Yeah.
small amount. I was really looking forward to
For
quick
sure,
load
for sure.
times and the quick resume feature.
But
I was
what
really
about-
looking forward to those features.
What about like the graphics though? Because they'd be producing less.
It would be like similar to what my PS4 is right now, where my television just upscales everything. I would get higher frame rates on most of these old games, so I would see a performance increase
Yeah.
too for my current
The
systems that
SSD
I have.
alone is worth it to me.
Yeah, and the SSD alone is worth it to me. The performance, the graphics would look nearly the same or even slightly better than what I'm playing on right now. So what I'm getting is the SSD performance and the quick resume performance, and that chip is a beast. That Zen 2 chip is an absolute monster. Like it's gonna be faster and like just the experience is gonna be peppier and faster, right? So I was kind of cool. Like for $299, like that's a great
Oh, yeah.
experience
Oh, yeah.
for $299.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not what I wanted. I wanted the X, but I was cool with it. And it said it would be delivered that day. It said be ready today before 8
Nice.
on the 10th. And I was like, all right, cool. I guess so. This works, Waiting all day, no confirmation, no nothing. 10 o'clock rolls around. It's past 8, right? I still haven't got nothing.
Yeah.
Come on the next day. Sorry, your item's been delayed.
Ah,
And I was like,
that's a
of
wrap.
course, this means I'm probably not gonna get it, right? So I chat, customer service. Hey, what's going on with my item? Oh, please forgive us. This is delayed. Just give us another 24 hours to figure this out. And I was like, okay, whatever. I never got back to them. I didn't go back to them 24 hours. I'm like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
This wasn't something that I really wanted. And then sure enough, yesterday I got an email saying that
It's done.
it was canceled. They just removed it from my cart, removed it from my
Damn, they didn't give you $20?
They didn't give me the $20, man. I was hoping to get $20 like you got. Honestly, like, they made
Give me
sit
some
and
kind of
wait,
compensation
and they
for
gave
all
me the
this.
confirmation.
They probably did
They
it to
took
too
the
many
money.
people.
Yeah, they probably did it.
They
to
probably
too many
did to like
people.
tons and tons.
They
of
wouldn't have
people.
been able to recoup.
And so there was probably some issue. Yeah, their site wasn't crashing, but their system was not stopping purchases
Yeah.
clearly for what they had,
Yeah.
or they were being bought out from underneath.
I love you, me.